Hi. Hi. Is this Zeke take a peek while I'm taking a leak, Hanson?
You have called the right number.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing all right, and I have to start off this episode by saying thank you for your service.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Well, you sent me this picture of you in a helicopter flying over a fire, trying to put it out with a bucket full of despair, I think.
It doesn't ring a bell to me.
Hey, I said thank you. What more do you want?
Yeah, you thank me for my service. It's true. I rode a helicopter to a fire, and we put it out.
Are you
And
sure?
no,
Did you find a bear? Did you name it Smokey? Did you hump
yes,
it? Did you hump it?
of course. You hump every bear you see in the forest. That's just good common sense, you dingus.
That makes perfect sense to me.
I wasn't in that helicopter. That was a helicopter doing the bucket drops, they call them.
What were you doing from your helicopter? When you sent that, I just figured that you had figured out a way to use the commodes to put fires out. Is that not what happened?
Yeah, that was actually that picture you saw. That was actually the helicopter's toilet. Just he was dumping it on the fire.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense.
No, just on the ground waiting for it to jump the water on there, and then we went down the hillside and we put if there was any more flames, we put those out, and then you mix the water with the ash and what have you, to make sure it's not hot, and yeah.
How many acres did it burn?
It was pretty small. I think it was an acre.
Okay, so you got to it pretty quick.
Yeah, we sure did.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Well,
And
that was fun. That's all the time we have for
okay.
exfoliating Rob with praise.
I knew you were going to say it, and I was just like, don't do it. Don't do it, Zeke. But then you did it.
I did it anyway. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Two Boys, One Podcast. Welcome. If you can hear my cat in the background, I'm sorry, everyone. His name's Skunk Bear, and he really wants to go outside, but it's not going to happen. I just found out, Zeke and I were talking on the phone before this. Turns out the whole Hanson family is scared of snakes. True
Everyone's
or false?
scared of snakes.
I'm not scared of snakes.
It's a rational fear.
Why? What? Why is
No
it
one
rational?
likes snakes.
What about snake charmers? They love them.
No, they don't. If anybody has spent the time listening to our podcast and has actually done the math on actually paid attention to who our weekly sponsors are every week, then you would know that only one person has ever liked snakes, and that was the man who taught other students to be ambidextrous.
Who listens to that garbage? Who listens to this garbage?
I know there are like 6 people who listen to this podcast. So,
and thank you for listening. It's
Yes.
not. Thanks for listening to our garbage.
yes, we appreciate it, and I invite you to participate with me in ghost subscribing. So, anytime you take your friends out for drinks, and they go to the bathroom, you subscribe on their phone to our YouTube channel, and we'll thank you for it.
You're gonna like the way you go subscribe. I guarantee it. Who are you talking to?
My sister, she's back from the snake hunt. Say hi, Anna. Anna says hi.
Boy, this is her second
So we
time
have
on the
2.
podcast.
It is her second time on the podcast. She's
Are
just
we gonna
as
have
excited today as she was the first time, and so's Skunk Bear.
Yep, that's his second time, at least second. So are we gonna have to change the name to Two Boys, One Girl, One Cat, One Podcast?
Right on cue.
Skunk Bear, what's the deal, dude? Enough. Oh my gosh, this guy. So what do you say? Yeah or nay? 2 boys, 1 girl, 1 cat, 1 podcast. Yeah, yep, or no?
No, I think we stick with what we got.
2 boys, 1 podcast?
Yeah, we just take that poo and we throw it against the wall. That's what we do with it.
See what sort of cool patterns it makes.
Mm-hmm. Like a 1986 Irish Hunger Strike art fair.
Sure. Irish Hunger Strike Art Fair. I mean, I can't say I get it, but I'm not gonna. Don't explain it.
I think situations like that are best left to the imagination.
Yeah.
Do I have to use my two hands and draw you a map?
Hey. Yeah, please do it.
Yeah. No.
I called your bluff, I guess.
It's like a spider monkey at the zoo.
I guess so. Well, in other news, I had to get another phone.
Oh, again? This is your second one this year. Did you melt it? Did you drop the
third?
Third.
It's my third.
So the first one you dropped in the toilet.
And it lived for a while after.
Yeah. And then what happened to the next one?
It was just like an iPhone 4 that Abby's...
iPhones. Am I right?
No, you're not. Zeke, can you tell the viewers a story for just 1 second? I have to take care of something. Give me just 30 seconds, okay?
So
you have a story ready queued up?
Yeah. So the first,
good.
Rob was talking to me before he dropped his phone into the toilet, which means that he was in the bathroom talking to me. And then he said, "Don't worry, I got it figured out." And it still worked for a little bit after he pulled it out of the toilet, but it was a used toilet. So he was still talking to it in his ear. And I gotta, give him credit for appreciation.
It was only a number one. It was only a number one.
Still, it was impressive. I was impressed. On two fronts, really. You're a quiet peer, and you just reached in there and grabbed it.
I mean, what else was I going to do?
Yeah.
I guess I could have kept peeing on it. Maybe I should have.
That was in the days before the bidet.
That was pre-bidet. Pre-bidet days. Pre-bidet days.
How many bidets? How many bidets was it?
It was a good 3 bidets. Anyways, I'm a little creeped out by this. Like, I didn't even have to call anyone to like switch the service over.
What?
And no, I didn't. And I called Verizon directly to order their phone because I thought my contract was up and I'd get some sort of a discount, which I didn't.
Verizon, am I right?
You're right. Yeah. So anyways, the phone came in the mail, and then I just turned it on, and it's like, "Oh, hey, Rob, enter some stuff," and then that was it, and it took over the other phone. The other phone doesn't make calls or anything now.
Wow. They do it different for you than they do for me.
I don't know if I like it. That's so creepy. And then what's with this? Everything's like, "Oh, do you want to share your location? Oh, can we access your camera?" What is all that shit? I don't want... No, I say no.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it wasn't Verizon asking for that information. It was me.
You already got into...
I already got into it. Day one, baby.
But I said no.
Let me just say, you look good. I mean, no. I mean, the question is irrelevant. Like, it's already there.
I see.
It's trying to give you the option, like, oh, I did what I needed to do. And I gotta, say that this morning I was impressed. 3 SpaghettiO cans. That's awesome.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, you
that
sure
metal.
Do. Yeah, it's like the 4th of July in that microwave there, buddy.
Yeah. Dentist says I shouldn't do it, but I told him he can go. I told him to go lay an egg.
Yeah, no, I think you did the right thing. I overheard that conversation too, and you handled it well.
Oh my gosh, you are such a creep. Has anyone ever told you that?
Just you, Rob.
Oh my gosh. Am I the only one you're surveilling?
You are my primary focus.
It's got to be some pretty boring viewing and listening.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I kind of narrate your life, even though I know you can't hear me. Just watch you up on my big five monitor system and walk you through your whole day.
Quite the setup you got there.
Very rarely do you follow my advice, but still.
Well, put in a 2-way thing so you can we can do like one of those
like a phone call,
like a sitcom where I'm in a sticky situation and I don't know what to do and I'm freezing up, and then you can just pipe in my ear like, "Okay, Rob, what you gotta do is you gotta take 2 steps to the right, put your hand out." And
it'll be like a waking lucid dream.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And then it'll just be me in your ear about every half hour. You're welcome. Anna just piped in. That would be a nightmare. Yeah, she's still shaking her head about it.
I think she's right.
Yeah. See, that's why I don't like extra people on the podcast, because I get overruled all the time.
Yeah. Outvoted. Ask her if she likes the name Two Boys, One Girl, One Cat, One Podcast.
Rob would like to know if you like the name Two Boys, One Girl, One Cat, One Podcast. She hates everything and just threw something on the floor and shook her knife at me. So I'm going to go with a yes.
She voted yes?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. So you're overruled.
The cat voted with me. Skunk Bear. And
son of a bitch. So we're back at it.
We're back at it. You're welcome.
Deadlocked again.
Yep.
I can't believe my little baby boy betrayed me.
Well, I mean, you just stuck him in a closet.
I put him in the garage, not the closet.
Well,
give me more credit than that.
Either way.
Yeah. How'd you even know that's what I was doing? What do you
mean, how did I know? I told you. We've been talking about it the last 3 minutes. I know exactly what you've been up to.
Oh, right. It's just clicking now. You're a creep. You're a creep.
Give me something good to eat.
No, you don't deserve it.
We'll see. I'm going to eat the SpaghettiOs you've been dumping out to just chew on the cans like a goat.
Good. I'll be in fine company then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was gonna say I worked a lot of overtime and got hazard pay and stuff when I was doing this little fire assignment, and I got my paycheck today. It was a Whopper.
The paycheck was?
Yeah, a burger. It was a Whopper from Burger King.
Was it like? I don't remember the last time I was out there like seeing a Burger King. So did they send that with the phone?
Yeah, well, it's so hard to get things here that they teamed up with Verizon and they sent Whopper and iPhone in the mail there.
That seems uncharacteristically cooperative of both companies.
Well, I mean, they're not really in competition, burgers, phones.
One for each hand.
That's right.
What else are you gonna do? When you were out fighting that fire, did you hear anything echoing through the woods?
Yeah, I heard many a squatch.
Did you?
Squatch.
Did you hunt them down?
Sure did.
Well, anything else? Like hear anything else in the woods?
You can tell Anna to listen to the podcast and she'll get her answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Anything? I heard some whippoorwillows.
A whippoorwill?
Whippoorwillow? Yeah, whippoorwill. Yeah.
But you didn't hear anything coming from above other than the helicopters?
No. Are you implying? Am I missing something here?
Yes.
Did you have a drone up there?
No, but there was a film flying in.
A film?
Yes.
Oh shit. Fine. Here we go.
Zeke week. Zeke week. Now, I gotta say that I was actually looking forward to you talking about this film this week because it's from 1987. Everyone in it is famous.
Yeah.
It's not even an hour long.
Nope, thankfully.
And it's a classic. It's an American classic. I watched it on VHS. It's called Frog. Not to be confused with the 1972 Man-Eating Frogs with Sam Elliott, or the 1991 Frogs, which is the sequel to Frog. Just
Why
Frog.
don't you? Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this film there?
I think it's best that you go first, and I'll clean up everything.
Well, I've seen the horror movie Frogs. It was awful, but I gotta say I probably enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than this little piece of filth.
You're wrong, but keep going.
So you got this nerdy boy named Arlo. Who's named Arlo? Huh? No one.
The main character of this movie, Scott Grimes, who's also at this time famous, plays Arlo in this film.
Yeah. He's a boy obsessed with frogs. I meant to say reptiles and amphibians. He's got all manner of them. He's got a little tortoise on the ground. He's got snakes. The movie opens up. I thought it was going to be like a National Geographic film for a second. Like, the film, I don't know if they used different cameras for that or what, but it looked really weird.
Just the beginning looked weird?
Well, I mean, then it kind of just switched to 80s looking movie.
It's 87. It should look like an 80s looking movie.
Yeah.
They probably shot it on an Ikegami.
What the fuck's an Ikegami?
It's different than an iguana. It's a type of camera.
They shot it on top of an iguana. Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways,
iguana cam.
That would explain a lot. Anyways, Arlo's got this friend. He's a cool guy. Looked really familiar.
Jimbo.
His name
is Jimbo.
Jimbo. Hal Sparks. He looked familiar.
He's done quite a bit, so most recently, what I'd seen him in, he's the guy in Spider-Man 2 in the elevator when Peter Parker doesn't. And sorry for those of you listening, the actual Spider-Man 2, like the number 2 in the Sam Raimi series. He's when Spider-Man loses the webbing and he's going through like some midlife crisis of identity.
Yeah.
He takes the elevator somewhere. I don't remember if he was trying to deliver pizza or what, but the guy in the elevator who's looking at him is like, "Hey, cool suit. Where'd you get it?" And Peter Parker says, "I made it." Yeah. That was him. That was the same guy. Jimbo.
I do remember that. Jimbo. I feel like you didn't really need to get in that much detail, but here we go. So he's like, "Hey, Jimbo, get me a date." And so he's like, "Yeah, okay. Don't bring any frogs, or don't be a weirdo. Either way." So Arlo goes to his dad. "Hey, can I borrow some money?" He's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna get a turtle?" He's like, "Nope, going on a date." So he gets $20 to go on the date, and as he's on his way, for some reason, there's a pet store open.
But nothing else in town was open, and there was no one else on the street.
Yeah. And lo and behold, there's a. I'm pretty sure it's just a bullfrog.
It's an Italian toad.
For sale. For $20, the exact amount he had been given to go on his date.
What are the odds?
Yeah, I know. Quite a coincidence, huh, Zeke?
It was. It just worked out that way. Can't write that shit.
Man, you can you? So now he's not only does he not have money for the movie, but he's got a frog in his pocket. So he goes on the date to the movie, and he has to borrow money from old Jimbo. And the frog is discovered by old Jesse Soprano. And anyways, he gets home. Turns out it's a talking frog. It's an Italian prince. Is that correct?
Yes, it's Napoli prince. So yeah, Italian prince.
And he needs to be kissed to be turned back into human. And there we go. That's your inciting incident. We got to get ourselves a smooch for this old froggy here.
I feel like that's a relevant plot twist. He needed a friend. He found a frog.
I mean, what is it you like? What's so? What?
It's an '87 movie, so I'm pretty sure I watched it when I was 4.
Yeah. You still seem pretty excited and happy about it.
Let me tell you what. I watched it twice, and because of this podcast, I actually tried to buy it, and it's impossible to buy. You can only watch it on YouTube for free. But I tried to actually physically buy a copy of it so that I could rant and rave about how your numbers were wrong this week.
What difference does it make if you have a physical copy?
I wanted to. Well, I mean, I would have bought a digital copy too, but that wasn't available.
Uh-huh.
So just to buy it, just to actually have it. I already have the VHS, but now I have. I wanted to have. I wanted to spend money on it for this podcast so I could overlap your rating.
Because I watched it for free, so you know what I'm going to say. So you're like, oh well, I paid $9.99, so then that would.
Yep.
You know what? We could have watched so many movies. We could have watched The Shining.
You're acting like we've both seen The Shining, but you're acting like I put you in a corner with it. Scott Grimes is famous. Elizabeth Berkley of Showgirls and Saved by the Bell is in it. We could have watched Annie Hall. Time Bandits, no, because the tone of both of us would be the same right now if we watched Time Bandits.
Could have watched Life Aquatic.
Any of the Ocean's movies. Like, everybody in it is famous. Elliot Gould, Last Kiss Goodbye. They all came together. The stars aligned and our worlds converged in order for this film to happen. Shelley executive produced this one. And then they were so excited and impressed by this film that 4 years later, they made Frogs!
Just so you know, Zeke is very excited about it, but the sequel to the movie is just Frogs with an exclamation point. So
it comes with an exclamation point. When does that happen?
You don't get much punctuation in...
No, you don't. And I gotta say, I made it through half the sequel just because I knew this was the direction this week was going. It was terrible. It was unwatchable. Yeah.
I caught 1 second. Apparently Arlo gets turned into a frog and he's trying to get Susie or whatever to give him a little smoocheroo.
Yep. And they have another famous actress in it to kind of bring things together. But Susie is she stayed on the preppy side of things. She tried to convert Arlo, and then Gus, the Frog Prince, starts calling Arlo the Frog King. Mm-hmm. So, yep, it's all good things, all super good.
Is Gus? Is he a frog again, or is he still?
He gets turned back into a frog because the witch that turned him into a frog to begin with. Comes back and someone sets him up on a date with her, and she turns him back into a frog.
He didn't recognize her.
Well, he did. Like it shows him walking up to the door, and the door opens, and his eyes get real big. So you're telling me you didn't laugh one time in Frog? Not one time? Not even when Gus, as a frog, is jumping over lily pads and saying, "Hey, Susie, I'm the only prince in the pond. Save all your kisses for me."
It's a pretty good impression. No, didn't laugh.
Not once.
I can't remember. I mean, I won't rule it out. I mean, I got a couple of chuckles out of Brewster McCloud, so I mean, if
oh no, this was way better than Brewster McCloud.
I will give you that.
That was a disaster.
Whew. Bad memories.
Repressed memories.
Yeah. It was just, I don't know, man. So I guess it's not like I disliked Frogs so much. It's just we were in such a slump and we had so many options.
We have even more options now, and you know what? You're gonna take the path less traveled too.
Now, Zeke.
So,
just you wait a few more minutes.
Let me guess, you're not gonna have us watch Showgirls.
No. Well, I'd have to keep my eyes shut so much.
No adult. Elizabeth Brinkley. I don't know how to say her name. No, she's not going to save us with her
Just
bell.
a soprano.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't because I'd have to close my eyes because it shows those boobies, and I can't look at those. I'm a good boy.
You can barely say them, let alone look at them.
Boobies.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you remember much of the movie from your childhood?
I remembered a little bit of it, but not much, no. I mean, it's not amazingly made, but it is fun to see so many, it's a small cast, and everyone in it is recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's fun.
I guess. Frog.
Followed by Frogs!
You just like saying that, don't you?
I do, because then I get to go all Turbo Kid pose. Frogs!
Are you just doing that in the middle of your kitchen?
I am. Middle of my kitchen. Frogs!
Is Anna still in there?
No, she's outside on the phone, which is why I feel comfortable doing it.
You would get her in here. I want her in here, and I want you turbo kidding, frogging.
All right. Well, as soon as she comes back in, I'll do it again.
The first thing you do, just break in whenever
we're
doing.
Sounds good.
Hopefully, we'll still be recording.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah. And if we're not, you're still doing it.
Fair enough. I'll still do it. I'll give you post-credit notes.
Oh, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Hey, Susie, save all your kisses for me.
I'm a donor prince in a pond. Real prince in a pond.
In Napoli, when boy meets girl, here's what we see.
When the moon hit the eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Ring-a-ding-a-ding, sing-a-sing-a-sing. Da-ba-dee-ba-boo.
I gotta say, though, Elliot Gould and Shelley Duvall as a couple, I'd watch in anything together.
Yeah.
I don't even care what it's about.
Perfect combo for you, huh?
Oh, yeah. All day. Yeah, I didn't buy Elliot Gould as a former jock in any way, shape, or form.
No,
but,
he's pretty spongy looking.
Yes. But Shelley Duvall as like a crystal constellation person, like I absolutely bought all of that. And I'm pretty sure she knit her own sweater vest over the course of that film. So
she might have.
You
didn't get your precious little X-ray because you watched it on VHS, so you don't even know if she knitted her own sweater.
I don't, and I even looked on Amazon for any trivia, God. And there was like plot unknown for both films, so not a lot of information.
Boy. May this film slowly sink beneath the seaweed of the polluted pond of film history.
Our film history is so far degraded that this one is actually in the top 50%.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. Huh.
So there's
makes you think. We've been down quite.
Makes you think if it's all been
path,
worth
haven't
it. Yeah. What an adventure.
Boy, oh boy. Just you and me, buddy. I'm sure glad it's us together watching garbage.
Frogs!
What'd you do?
Oh, nothing. I thought she was coming in. She didn't, so I'll have to cut in again.
Oh, boy. Oh, no, boy. So now Abby's coming in the door, so now maybe we'll have to call it 2 boys, 2 girls. Oh, I can break the tie.
No, she'll be on my side.
She better not be. It's good for her. Just kidding, everyone. Just kidding. She'd vote however she wants, but she'd vote for me.
No, she'll vote for me.
Well, Zeke, it's the time for a segment I didn't write and a story I didn't write either. How about that?
Well, we'll just we're building suspense because I didn't help you. I didn't help you write them this week either.
So. That's okay. I would like everyone to know it's not that I don't care. I do care. It's just I worked a lot. I'm just tired, and it just didn't happen. You know how it goes.
Let me lay it out for you viewers in what I like to call the truth. What he's doing is he's milking the episode clock, so that the next one he writes I have to read, as our preconditioned term limits would incite. So that's why he's not forgetting to write them. He's just refusing to write them until it's my turn to read it.
That's right.
And then he'll have to thank me. Oh, it will be. Your ghostwriter hates me, so.
Yeah, he does. I told him all sorts of bad stories about you. Or a girl. I've never met. I don't know. It could be a girl, too. I don't know. I've never met
there were
this
any
person.
good ones to tell.
Let's see. He got really scared by a snake and, screamed like a little baby.
There was a snake in my boot.
Oh, brother. That's what you make me say with that one. Oh, brother.
Oh, brother. Come on, son.
All right, Zeke. We got one last thing. Oh, we got to rate that frog, don't we?
Yeah, like I said, I tried to actually pay money for it. It was free money, so I would have given it 99 cents, and I would have been happy.
You know, I've kind of been playing a little character. I honestly didn't mind this movie that much. I just kind of wanted to give you a hard time. Yeah, I'd pay $1 as well. Not much more.
I mean, for 87, it stood out like 87 movie.
Yeah,
I love that I was able to see it on VHS, though. I love that.
That is pretty cool, yeah. VHS is cool. You kind of get it, whenever I watch them now, it's kind of like it's like a vinyl record.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you get all those, you get that character, little scratches. And,
yeah, the audio warbles at weird times.
It's cool. Yeah, it's a cool experience.
Yeah.
So, anyways, folks, if you can watch Frog, it's a free on YouTube. It's not bad. You got an hour to kill. You might chuckle, you might not. Don't expect your socks to be blown off, but it's okay.
It's all right.
It's all right. All right, Zeke, let's get ready. I am going to make you pay this week, so get ready to choose your
I choose life.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess this is the last episode then.
Well, what's the best death option then this week?
Well, let me tell you. I really scoured the IMDb this week to find something rotten, something terrible.
So pretty much everything that we'd seen already.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
I kind of decided this week, because I knew I was going to pick the worst one I could, that it's kind of like self-deprecating revenge situation we got going on here. We're just like trying to get each other back, and
we both have the potential to save both of us, and yet we're both killing each other, which you know I can appreciate.
So that being said, here we go. We got Scott Grimes. He is in a movie called Nightlife. Do you want to know a little bit about it, or do you just want to know the name?
I want to know a little bit about it.
Archie is a brain at a small-town high school who works part-time at his uncle's mortuary and is harassed by a few of the popular kids because of it. His harassers, die in an automobile accident. Automobile, who says that these days? And the bodies are taken to his uncle's mortuary. Archie is pulling a late night at the mortuary when he sees a storm brewing. Lightning strikes. They're alive. The preppy bullies continue to torment him.
All right.
Next, we got old Jimbo, Hell Sparks, and Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town.
Huh. All right. Tell me more. Tell me more.
What do you mean? I don't know what they say. Anyways, this is, what do we got here? Synopsis. It looks like we don't have a synopsis for this title yet.
Perfect.
The title should be enough to explain the plot here. Riding around on their motorbikes, a gang of tough women bikers are the only thing that stands between a crowd of zombies which have been accidentally let out of their secure cave, and those still alive in the town.
That's where you're supposed to leave them. So, all right.
Okay, then we got Gary Schwartz. He was little
frogs.
Whittleston. I don't know who the hell he is. He was in there. Whittleston, and he's in a movie called Quest for Fire.
Quest for Fire. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a 1981 film. The story takes place in prehistoric time when 3 tribesmen search for a new fire source.
Oh, God. Okay.
And I'm man. I kind of don't want to give this one because I know that's what you're going to pick.
Are you saying Ocean's 11? Is that what you're saying? Ocean's 11?
Ian Abercrombie. You know, we could have gone to Army of Darkness, but I guess we've both seen it. Anyways, here we go. Firewalker. A pair of adventurers try to track down an ancient Aztec/Mayan/Egyptian/Apache hoard of gold.
Whore's gold?
Hoard of gold.
Hoard of gold.
Hoard of gold, yeah.
Whore's Gold sounds like a better movie.
What? Do your frog.
Frogs!
What'd she do?
She's walking out again.
Abby's outside. If she comes in while we're still recording, I'll do it too, okay?
Awesome. I mean, you just got to appreciate a title with an exclamation point on it. It can't go wasted.
I bet you she can hear me. I'll try it. Frogs! Abby! Frogs! She's very confused.
Yeah. I feel like the next time I see her, she's just going to slap me and not say a word. She's going to, I had that coming.
Yep, I do. I should have done that to her.
See, even Skunk Bear's in on it.
Yeah, he is. He's back.
Frogs.
I'll tell you later.
That's what he was saying.
Dr. Kissy's returned to a prince.
Oh, how'd you know about that?
I don't know.
She knows something about this movie somehow.
Yes.
Oh, wait, you told me about it.
Oh, I told her about it.
In a ranting rage.
Well, I was telling her how I was going to pay you back this week.
So I'm feeling lucky about the first two. Was it the one that didn't have a synopsis, where you got to keep zombies in cages, and late night?
Nightlife. You're going for nightlife or Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town. It sounds like.
I mean, it'd be. We gotta go Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town.
Oh boy. I'm sure it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be a disaster. So, Zeke, Jimbo, take me home.
I'm going to tell you, I hit a little treasure in there. This Firewalker actually stars Chuck Norris.
What?
Yeah, I kept that out. But I did. And then Lou Gossett, I don't know who that is.
So who else is in this Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town?
Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town. Let's see. Give me a second. Who do we got? We got Jamie Rose, Catherine Carlane, Alicia Naff, Vicky Frederick, Christina Lucia, Gretchen Palmer, Nina Van Arks.
Do any of them have pictures on their IMDb?
Yeah, most of them actually.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Billy Bob Thornton of all damn people.
Hell yeah. Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town.
Gonna be a great week, isn't it?
You're welcome, America.
And that's been two boys, one girl, one cat, one podcast.
I think this week we can just call it Two Boys, One Anthropod.
Two boys, one Anthropod. That works for me. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Have a great till you hear us next, okay?
Yeah, you have a great until you hear us next also, okay? Okay, love you, bye.
Bye.
Frogs!
Frogs!
The portions of today's broadcast that you actually enjoyed are brought to you in whole by You're Invited!
No thanks.
Oh, come on! Take a shit on me!
What? I think you mean give a shit, and I'm sorry. Do I know you?
You sure do! Now, I own the new pizza place in town, Pizza Party, and tonight is our soft opening.
Sure. I like pizza parties. When does it start?
Will you be bringing a guest?
When is it?
It depends on when you come. We only have room for 2.
That sounds like a good plan for failure, but maybe it could be romantic. What's your best dish?
It's really more of the experience, but our pepperoni is the shit.
Right. Okay, well, yeah, I guess. I'll stop by now and we can see how it goes.
Great. Right this way. Come in. May I have your pants?
What now?
It's all part of the experience.
I've had to loosen my pants after a meal, but never take them off beforehand.
I understand. However, it is our dress code.
Okay, I'll try anything once.
You won't regret it.
Right. Well, here you go.
Please, sit down. I'll have your food in just a moment.
I haven't ordered yet, and it's just a toilet seat.
Quite, but as I said, our pepperoni is the shit.
It's a strange aesthetic, but okay. Do you have a sausage option?
Sadly, no. We had an issue with people forgetting what hand they were wiping with.
That's very specific.
Sit, please. Here is your pie.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Would I lie to you?
We just met Oh, wow. Excuse me, that's very unlike me.
It happens all the time in here. All part of the experience.
Is the experience also having you watch me poop? 'Cause it's a bit weird.
Like I said, we only have 2 seats. Now pass me a slice. Come try a pepperoni steamer at Pizza Party today. It's the shits. It's